everyone, welcome to the world of English with Sakshi Khanna. Today's topic is rearrangement of sentences. As I discussed with you yesterday only that it's a new topic. What is that? Rearrangement of the sentences are also known as parajumbles as well, and one more name is there, reordering of the sentences. So as the title is suggested that we need to work over the sequence. So there are some tips we will be discussing today in the session. What are the tips? So before that, first we need to know what is actually the concept. So we have to rearrange the parts of a sentence into a meaningful sentence or sentences into a meaningful paragraph. Maybe we can have the phrasal words or the sentences or some short type of paragraphs. Okay, means 2 to 3 sentences, five such paragraphs. We need to make the right sequence. But 99% you are having the question based over the long sentences, mean the complex sentences, to make your work little confused. So it is very important topic of English section of most of the competitive examinations. So today I will discuss some tips for solving parajumbles or rearrangement of sentences. So let's begin with that. Get your pen and paper. Yes. Okay guys, let's move on to the concept in detail. So parajumbles, rearrangement of the sentences, are also known as reordering of the sentences. It's purely focused over the right sequence of the sentences. So there are some tips, okay, that I am sharing with you in today's section. But before that, the basic facts, what we need to do, what are the basic steps, okay, that I am just telling you. So very first thing what you need to do, that try to find out the clues that will help us to locate qualifier. Clues include pronouns. Now, if you know the pronouns, all, he, she, it, this, that, these, those, adverbs like formally, first of all, pronouns. I'm telling you, please pen down. The first thing you need to find out pronouns. Second thing you need to find out adverbs like formally, really. Okay. Moving ahead, articles, a and the definers like actually, finally, another connector like but, yet, both, also, and, neither, nor, or however, nevertheless. These can help us to find out the qualifiers. So I'm just telling you what you need to find out in the first step, that is pronoun, adverbs, articles. Okay, these things will help you to start your question properly. As we are talking about the parajumbles, the basic rules, techniques, means we are demystifying the codes and tricks in the text. So the question arises is, what is the meaning of qualifier? Okay, in the previous slide I was talking about the qualifier. So qualifier, you need to understand what is that actually. Qualifier is a sentence that will tell us something about the following sentence, means coming up sentences. So number second, in the first series I told you what you need to find out, that is qualifier. Now second thing, locate a qualifier now. If you got it, please locate it, means underline. Now with the help of clues, try to find out qualifier and qualified sentences. Means qualifier in the sentence, they are called as qualified sentence. So that we can make pairs of qualified and qualified sentences to eliminate the wrong choices given in the questions, because you know that you are given 4 choices. 2 are wrong, 2 are right, may be confused. Okay, it's just a mashup of wrong and right. Find the closest, the farthest options. So we need to locate a qualifier to go to the exact option. Okay, that is our main point to understand. As we are talking about the parajumbles, a simple starter, you understand the basic thing. Okay, in that series, next step, to eliminate alternatives. Eliminate alternatives means you need to remove the useless alternatives. After making pairs, start eliminating the wrong choices which you feel that it will never be your answer. It will never be your answer or your right options given in the questions. Got my point? You need to eliminate alternatives. After making pairs, start eliminating the wrong choices or options given in the question. That will be helpful for you to go to the closest or the right choice in the series of option. As we are talking about the starters, so starter will be consisted of 4 steps. So 4 step, I am moving ahead. Now 4 step, what you need to do, read and try to follow the sequence. Now if you are reading all the sentences, 5, 6 or so, how many or 4 sentences you are having, so read and try to follow the sequence. In case there is more than one choice, try to follow the sequence of sentences according to the occurrence of the event. Very important to understand, because this questions comes in the series of cohesion and correlation. Okay, hardly we talk about the grammatical errors in this section. There is no concern about the grammar. It is the pure concern with the coherence. Okay, that is why I am telling you, you need to be well versed in the reading. So very important to know here, clues can be located with the help of grammatical rules. To solve para jumbles, it also requires command over the sentences, structure of the sentences and logical sequence of ideas behind sentences. It purely indicating the habit of reading. Yes, you should have a good habit of reading, so that you should understand, you should realize, and you can find out the events, series of the event, the sequence of beginning, of ending, that how many words are there in the option to use in end of the sentence, beginner as a beginner. Okay, so these things you will come to know when you will put a habit of reading to yourself. That's very important. Okay, so let's start now. Para jumbles. Para jumbles, I have explained you. Look at the question. Look at the question on the screen. A simple starter. Arrange the given sentences in a coherent manner. Coherent means correlated. Means A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F. Going with the correct sequence. Now, just read it. Roger Federer is the greatest tennis player of all time. His favorite surface is the grass. He is ambidextrous. He can play forehands with his right hand as well as the left hand, but he can play the backhand only with his right hand, and his favorite tournament is Wimbledon. Okay, now this is the solved example of para jumbles. Now look at the first sentence, sentence A. It started with noun, means keep in your mind your first sentence never starts with pronoun. Okay, never. He, she, it, big no. Okay, these, those, big no. So with the nouns always, maximum with the noun. But first sentence they will give you in the right sequence. They will make the jumbling sequence inside, means A will be at the right place, F will be at the right place. What they will change? B, C, D, E. They will interchange the middle portion. Okay, B, C, D, E. So for middle four sentences, they will change the sequence. So this is the example of the question with the solved solution as well. What type of? Now look at that. What type of question we will get? Now see, Roger Federer, okay, his favorite, the question is same. Now look at the option. In this way you will be getting the option A, B, F, C, D, E, B, F, C, D, E, A, C, D, B, E, B, F, C, D, E, B, F, A. So 4 sequence they have mashed up, okay, and they have put in the 4 option, and you need to find out that which sequence is good one. So for that you need to read the questions properly. Okay, as I told you that first and the last sentence in your pattern is different. Okay, in your pattern will be given already, so they will make the changes inside only. Fine. So you need to hit the target with the steps which I told you in the beginning. Okay, first qualifier, second elimination, okay, of the wrong option, third pair them up properly according to the sequence of the events happen in the series of the sentence. Okay guys, if you have got the qualifier, okay, now your next task to eliminate two wrong options, means two useless option you need to eliminate. Now look at the sequence. There are only two options, means one is for you, exact option, and one is again useless. Now look at down to these options. Can you deduce an answer from this step? Yes, definitely it will be easy for you. When we are left with less options, then we think properly. Okay, so now the same question, but look at the notification which they have given. It will be hard to find an answer as this question doesn't have one. Both combinations can be valid. This is the ambiguity that para jumbles are stepped in. So for what reason they put such type of question? To make you confused all the time. That is why elimination second step is must here. I have explained you. Now you can find out your answer easily because you have already sorted your answer. Okay. Now just to give the right click. Ahead with the next step. Now when you are left with two options, okay, your next point, how to find out, because both are very much close to the answer, then you need to follow one tip, that is moving general to specific. If in the series they are moving specific to general, then that is not your answer. If they are moving general to specific, that will be your answer. Okay, because the closing statement is very special. That I mean to say means your closing statement, your last statement which you need to find out, that should be the specific, not in general. If it is in general, that is not your right option. Now what is exactly move general to specific, which I explained you in the previous slide. When you are left with the two options, to move general to specific is to move from an introductory sentence to one that provides detail. Means one thing, in the one sentence they are telling something, okay, but next sentence they are telling something in detail, in description. So that will be your option. In our case statement, A is the most general one, introducing Roger Federer. So that is your option, means it should be in the beginning only. Okay guys, in Parajumble quiz or session, what we are talking about, what are these sentences and why we are doing so, what we need to do. Basically we need to work over the sequence, the straightening portion. What do you mean by straightening? Straightening is just smooth, straight, without any upheavals. Okay, going with the flow means when the flow is not getting changed, that means the straightened pattern. So a set of jumble sentences that you need to straighten: para jumble, paragraphs, and jumble mixed, mashed up sentences you need to open up, okay, untangled, and then put in the flow of straightening, and then you come to the right option. So this you need to do technically. As we have finished with the basic steps, now we are moving to the advanced rule, how to deal with such type of questions which is purely based on parajumble, rearrangement or reordering of the sentences. Just look at the screen, a set of jumble sentences that you need to straighten, okay. So always remember one thing, the sentences in a parajumble might actually be from different paragraphs. Yes, for example, if they have been taken from the novel, so one sentence from first chapter, second sentence from the fifth chapter, okay, so they want to say this. Still, you need to put in the sequence only those four statements. You are not thinking, you should not thinking about this should be not the sequence, or I know personally Wimbledon tennis player, this didn't happen. Please don't use your terminology, your thought process. Keep it aside. Don't go out of the box. Which information have been shared with you, you need to work over that. So in brief, parajumbles are essentially a test of your reading skill. Means what have been shared with you in the reading text, you need to utilize your knowledge and your skill and put them into the right sequence. Don't think about the other facts that you know this happened first or that happened later, but they have put in the wrong sequence. No, You are not supposed to put in the sequence according to the reality. You have to put in the sequence according to the given statements. Okay, B, C, D, E only. So once again, I am just telling you, please don't go out of the box, out of the thought. Okay, whatever has been given to you, just like a comprehension, fine, please don't use your own knowledge, just use the skill based on the information has been shared with you. So thus para jumbles are nothing else but another method to test your comprehension skills. Comprehension skills means what you get from the reading. How do you get the gist of the reading? Okay, so that is the thing they want to check in this question. Some technical clues to solve a parajumble. So clue number 1, as I shared with you, what you need to find out your opening statement. Opening statement will never start with the pronouns, will never start such type of conjunction because, so, but, okay, yet, another. No, you need to be very particular, very cautious. This is prime tiger country, late March in Ranthambore. The world is all sunshine, crisp air and flowering trees. But in the late 1990s, today in an ambitious conservation step work in on here at a frenetic pace to bring back the Lord of the Jungle. Now what I am doing, I am just reading casually. What I am doing while reading, I am just taking out the qualifiers. I am taking out the wrong options as well. I am taking out the statements which will help me to find out the closing statement, opening statement. Okay, in which sentence they are talking about the specification, means the description that I am doing. So while reading, you need to do the same. You need to work over adverbs, you need to work over pronouns, you need to work over the opening statement, closing statement and general statement, specific statement. Okay, the detail, it should be in the end only. Moving ahead with the clues. Clue number 1, find a probable opening statement. As I told you, your opening statement will never start with this, that, any pronouns, any demonstrative pronoun, not at all. So A is wrong sequence at all. So the options which are coming with A, take it out. So in this slide, we can do two things. Okay, we can eliminate our options, wrong options as well, and we can find out the opening statement. Now very simple to understand that A is not our opening statement. So which statement is our opening? That is B. Look at that. Late March in Ranthambore, the world is all sunshine, crisp air and flowering trees. Okay, so we identify statement B as the opening statement. This helps us to easily identify option 4 as the answer. Means in which sequence B is coming first, that will be your option, correct option. So, fourth is your answer. See how fast we have done. How fast we have done the para jumble, which is really technical question, and students always get confused and they talk a lot that it's a time consuming question and they feel scary to do so. In such a way, we have sorted out so easy to understand. Okay, so please be mindful while doing the technical grammar portion with me. Let's move with another example. Just read with me. A. The 1971 war changed the political geography of the subcontinent. Despite the significance of the event, no. Surrender at Dhaka, no. It also profoundly not at all. So A is the correct statement, means we got that our answer should be A in the first. So please eliminate the wrong options. So second and third are the wrong options because they are not with A. Okay, so first and fourth should be our two options. Now after that we need to work over the last sentence. We will move like this. Okay, now we identify statement A as the opening statement. Another clue is the fact that D follows statement A. This helps us easily identify option 4 as the answer. Now, D, it also profoundly alerted the geostrategic equations in Southeast Asia. So option D is giving us the information in detail. Something specifically happened after that event. So our right answer is option 4. A, D, B, C is the correct. Sorry, let me give you once again the idea. Now, clue number second, we need to find out the closing statement. In the previous slide, as I stopped in between, now I'm completing that fact that now closing sentence, how to find out. Look at these 4 sentences, whether it is the energy crisis, name a new natural problem, the era of modern consumerism, and while the problems are often. So first what I have done, I have just sorted out, separate the opening sentence. Okay, we are talking about the closing sentence. So were you able to identify statement D as the closing sentence? There is only one option with D at the end, making our job easier. Now here the D, while the problems are often easy to recognize, answer are elusive. Means here something is about to close. Something is about to close. So D in the option who has the correct statement, means the specific closing statement which finishes something as started. Okay, as it was started, they have finished in the statement. So B, A, C, D means option number 3 should be our right option. And when you are having such type of closing sentence you catch, see that you will go easily to your correct option. D, B, C, A not ended up with D. B, C, D, A not ended up with D. Okay, C, B, D, A not ended up with D. So only D is giving you the clue that it is the right answer. So only one choice is available, that should be right. So sometime this way also work. Moving ahead with clue number 3, that is purely located with the mandatory pairs, as I told you. So in the series, clue number 1 I gave you with the opening statement. Second clue I gave you with the closing statement. Now third clue is about the pair. When you are able to find out the pair, means this sequence both are together, C, D or B, A, like that you can go to the option very fast. Look at that, how we will go. So these sentences, people can get infected by handling. At first they look like perfect pets. A study estimates that in 1995, but lizards and other pets, reptiles. Okay, in this way when you are starting reading, mandatory pairs are nothing else but a given sequence, means collectively, means B should be followed by D. Okay, should be means the event wise, the sequence of the event happened in the paragraph. So this we need to find out, but a given sequence of the sentences that will occur in a particular order only. So in this example, D and C, just look at D and C. But lizards and other pets, reptiles, can harbor a salmonella bacteria that makes people sick. A study estimates that. A study estimate is giving the description. It should come in the last. Okay. So a study estimates. So D and C are the perfect pair. So the answer can be easily spotted where D and C are coming collectively. So in which D and C, that is option number 4. Option 4, when D and C are coming collectively. So when you are ready to make the pair, when you are having pairs, okay, then also you can go to the right option very fast without any delay. Some more sentences in the examples. So para-jumbles, just see that Michael Hoffman, a poet and translator, but thanklessness and impossibility he acknowledges too. Hoffman feels passionately in terms of the gap between. Now, answer option 3 based on the closing statement D. Which statement you feel that this should be the closing statement? So when you are reading all the sentences, you can find out any of that once. Maybe the closing statement first you can find out, maybe the opening statement you can find out, or maybe the pair you can make very fast. It is not hard and fast rule that first step you need to go for the closing statement. In the sequence of your reading of the sentence, what you need to do, you need to attack all three clues: opening statement, closing statement, pairing. Okay, pairing of the events. So option 3, based on the closing sentence, D option, just read it. Hoffman feels passionately about his work and this is clear from his writing. Closing statement or opening statement? Opening statement, that open answer. Open answer when there are so many facts to talk about, and closing answer when there is nothing to talk about, means nothing to talk about in this sentence, his writing. This is clear from his writing. Descriptive answer, specifically answer. So this is the closing statement. Then also you can find out your answer very fast. Let us do one more example with the clue number 3, when I shared with you that while pairing up the sequence or the event in the sentence, we can find out the correct options. Okay, so look at the sentences. First of all, he felt justified in bypassing the Congress. At times he was fighting the entire Congress. Bush felt he had a mission to restore power. Bush was not fighting just the Democrats. Representatives democracy is a messy business. Okay, now option 4 is based on the following. Identify the pair D and B. D and B, look at the sentences. Bush was not fighting just the Democrats. At times he was fighting the entire Congress. There is a combination. Bush was not fighting just the Democrats. At the time, he was busy in something else. That means he was busy in the Congress. So this is the pair. So this pair should come in any of the option. Where is it coming? Now look at that options. D and B. Okay, D and B should come together. In which option? D and B. Yes, D and B in the second. Now E forms the most general statement and forms the start of the paragraph. So D and B should come collectively, and E representatives democracy is a messy business and a CEO of the White House does not like legislature of second guessers and time wasters. Fine. So E forms the most general statement and forms the start. Start means beginning. Here they have started. They have opened up the title that we are talking about the Bush, we are talking about White House, we are talking about Congress, American Congress, we are talking about democracy, American democratic system. Fine. So where E is coming in the beginning. Now E should come. So E is coming here. Okay, and DB is also coming in the sequence. So fourth is our correct option. So you will go like this. So what I would want to tell you that A, B, C, D, E, how I started reading. While just reading, I caught that two sentences are in the pair and one sentence which is giving us general information means opening statement it is. So I need to match both the things and answer is there. With the same concept means pairing, okay, and second is opening statement. So start reading with me. The two neighbors never fought each other. Fights involving three male fiddler crabs. Fine. They pushed or grappled. We recorded 17 cases. We recorded 17 cases. We therefore tracked 268. So DAC. We recorded 17 cases in which a resident A, the two neighbors, second sequence. Okay. And C, they pushed. All are together. Means all are together. And statement B, fights involving three male fiddler crabs have been. So B is the opening statement and DAC connected. Okay, so it's very easy. If we have got the opening statement where B is coming, so B is coming in three option. That is why this pair will help us. Fine, anything can happen. So B, we got the statement, opening statement. So B is coming in three option. Option 1 also with B, option 3 also with B, option 4 also with B. Now, but we have another clue, that is pairing. So DAC, where they are coming collectively. Let us find out. DAC, first option. DAC, no. So first option is our correct option. So this is the terminology by using all three clues to find out the correct answer in para jumbles. Let us see one more example. Okay, as many example we will do today, you will feel comfortable. In fact, I am also doing with you, bache. It's not like that, because my task to make every concept very much approachable to you people. Already I told you that students were just feeling scary to do such type of questions when they need to find out the sequence. But if you are following the right terminology, going with the flow, then definitely you will get the correct answer. Now let us read. Today, in the West, Allied forces, okay, had bought their way through. In June 1944, Germany's military position. In Britain, the task of amazing the men and Red Army was poised to drive the Nazis back. The situation on the Eastern Front was catastrophic. Okay, now look at that. In the notification downward, option 2 is based on the following. Identify opening sentence. First of all, which is B. In June 1944, some event has been opened by this sentence. So B should be there. Now find out where B is in the option first. So verb second and third, these will be your options to work. Okay, first you need to eliminate fourth as well, because B should be your opening statement. Now second thing, if when we are having the same option in 2, then how we will find out? Now statement E and D combine to tell the pairing. The pairing will tell us. Look at E and D once again. E. The situation on the Eastern Front was catastrophic. Red Army was poised to drive the Nazis back. Both are connected together. Okay, now where E and D is coming with the combination. E and D is coming with the combination in option second. So second is our correct answer. Okay. Guys, we have reached to the closing of today's session. I just want to express my gratitude once again to you people to be patient with me, and I hope you are writing all the facts, and I'm just again telling you, please give me your queries, ask me the question based over the concept, okay, and please do the exercise which I'm giving you in the evening, okay, and verify your answers. You will come to know where you people stand actually. If we talk about today's lecture, it was really technical lecture, okay, but purely based on the clues. If we are following the proper way, okay, the terminology of doing any solution, then we will get the correct option without wasting of the time, because time management is very important in such type of competitive exam. So you are not supposed to waste your time. If you know the terminology, how to use the clue number 1, opening statement, clue number 2, pairing up the events, okay, third, closing statement, which needs some specification in brief, okay, opening should be general and closing should be specific. So these are some clues which will help you to find out the correct option, okay. So till the time, stay protected, stay safe, and please support your parents. They are regardable, respectable for everyone, even for me as well. I am doing so, you also do. You will feel immense happiness internally. Okay, and see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Goodbye.